Good evening, welcome to that Sunday night call-in, and me, am back. It's time to take control of this show as it's been run for a shambles, and I've got dog shit abuse for the last couple of weeks, or the last 3 episodes maybe, that young Stephen over there has been leading and getting me. And yes, we have background music, and yes, the one and only George Saville is a free man for this week. Will he be free forever? I don't know. But fingers crossed, hopefully it is going the right way. Good evening then to my co-host of the live shows, the one and only Stephen. How you doing? Christ, we had loads of numbers then, and then they just dropped in half for some reason. So yeah.
I'm very well. I think the reason it's dropped is because you said it was a shambles over the last 3 shows, mate. I think we've been doing a cracking job.
No, you've been doing a fantastic job there, mate. The number, it's doubled up again now. So yeah, no, you've done a cracking start. And considering that, maybe 6 months ago, mate, you'd barely been in front of a screen as such, and now you're leading shows and everything else. Hats off to you, mate. You've done a blinding job. So
thank you very much.
Well done, mate. Well done. Proud to call you my co-host, eh? So yeah, hopefully Omar will be back very soon, because we have a new series being planned for you.
Oh, and, guys, we've got a humdinger for you.
We're not gonna tell you what it is, but something's coming that will get you hooked.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a laugh. We're busy planning it at the moment. We're going to go full fucking hog with it. And hopefully you will enjoy it. So, right, let's run through 1824. Good evening, sir. Hope you're well. Connor, good evening. We'll get on to that in a bit, because no doubt Stephen will ask. I just know that he will and try to get me into trouble. The NDA will not be worth the paper it's written on by the end of this show if Stephen has his way. Good evening, PJ Wasley. Good evening. You look like a new viewer. Thank you very much for joining us. This is the #1 Millwall Live Interactive podcast. And you hopefully won't be disappointed, even though I'm back, so probably are. Good evening, Ted. I love seeing that picture. Good evening, the return of Mickey. Yeah, unfortunately, I am not Shim
Big teeth back in.
Right, I am not Slim Shady. It looks as if Chris went away and got married and came back as Slim Shady. If you haven't checked out Chat with Chaps, it's on our YouTube channel right now, where he gives you the post-match reaction to all the games, and today's is Watford from yesterday, which we will crack on to in a minute. Good evening, Chris. Hope you're well. Good evening, Dale. Another new listener by the looks of it. Christ, you got some new listeners, mate.
That's told you we've been. Do you know what it is though? We've been hooking them in. They've been waiting for your return to tell us how the interviews went. Yeah, that's what it is. That's the hook. That's the hook.
Or they've been coming on because they know I haven't been here. Yeah, thank you very much, mate. Good evening, Cole. Sorry, mate, I totally ignored you. Lions Raw, evening all. Daniel Barnett, good evening. That's another new listener.
No, that fella's from Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just changed his profile picture, see? Anthony Smith, that's a new one. Good evening, lads, all the way from the northwest.
No, he's the fella. No. You keep saying he's the fella that invited Ben to the Old Trafford. The Trafford Centre Pizza Hut for the interview. Oh yeah, you have. That's a whole. Yeah, don't worry.
Okay. I didn't realise we were getting into Grindr as well now, but okay, it is what it is. Good evening, Bobby. Good evening, Alex S. Good evening, Darren. Adam, good evening. Right. Stephen. Monica Jones. Thank you very much, Monica. I don't know how you live with him, but there we go. You know what I mean? Good evening, Dave. John Park, good evening. We'll come to that in a bit, Bobby, I think, because I think you're there. Halloween too early is early. What are you trying to say? I'm a scary looking geezer, or are you trying to say Stephen's a scary looking geezer? Not
yeah, he's been around,
following the wall. Okay.
Told you, mate. We've been doing a cracking job.
Andrew Roberts. If only that was the Andy Roberts. It might well be the Andy Roberts who used to play for us. Mickey, sorry you didn't get the Millwall hairdresser's job, but I hear Crystal Palace has a position in their team. Wanker. Danny Mack and Coffee really worked well on the right, and we're going to come to that as well, because I've got a feeling that someone is going to be giving an apology at some point in this show. If he doesn't, I will be forcing him to, by form of resignation or apology. Right, Stephen, go on there, mate. Off you go. Crack on. What do you want to do? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to? What way are we going on together? I've just been sent a picture of Daniel at the den with his kids and Darren, who is Melvin Smith on here, who took the picture. So yeah. Joe won't be joining us tonight. Joe is watching F1. He is cheating on Married at First Sight. So, yeah, let's go.
Daddy Joe. Remember that? That's his now new nickname.
Daddy Joe.
Yeah, because he was having to look after Dan on the train yesterday when he and Omar, bringing a packed lunch and all that. What do I want to talk about? I would like to start us off by posting to you and the listeners, why can't Adam Barrett and Gary Rowett before him, but now it's Barrett? Why can't we be a little bit braver? Why can't we take the shackles off a little bit? Because I think, we'll talk about the whole game, but I think the second half, I think the game was there for the taking, and I think we needed to be braver. We needed to be bold with the substitutions, and it was just, I know we scored, but we're just not brave enough. And I think that's one thing the new manager has to be. He has to be able to spot and instinctively see that there's a chance to win the game and actually try and do it, rather than just sit back for a point.
No, I agree. Let's get rid of the music. There we go. Can you just let us know, are you seeing all the comments, or are you only seeing half of them? Because on our screens, we're only seeing half of them. Yeah, I'm only seeing half of them. Are you? Because of the way we've pitched up. If I go that way, we'll see half of them.
You've put through, there's been loads that have come up. I don't think we've missed many, if any at all.
No. I mean, on there, I can only see 4 champ jobs available. I see Gary Rowett going Bristol City. Mm-hmm. But, oh yeah, maybe I'm right. Yeah, maybe I'm not. There we go. No, I'm not. That's fine. It's me. I've just not been on it for a bit. Sorry, mate. I'm just, go on. So there's a question, and Stephen has set the question, why is it that Gary Rowett, or indeed Barrett, I can't think of his fucking first name now,
Adam.
And not Adam, why can't they be braver and actually take a risk and go all out for a win, rather than sort of it's not to lose?
It's not necessarily go all out. I'm not saying we go gung-ho like what Holloway did, but there was an opportunity yesterday where we grew into the game in the second half. I'm not saying, they had their chances as well, but we could have changed it and brought on Esse and Amaku. But again, with 6 minutes to go, you take the lead, we should probably be winning the game, and his game plan would have worked perfectly. But yeah,
it's just what Bobby says there is true. If he'd have brought Esse on yesterday, I think he would have made a difference, and we could potentially have won that game. And
I think Amaku, if you look at their defenders, they had two centre halves who were massive. They just completely bullied Tom Bradshaw. You get in behind them, they would have had to bring him down. I just think it was an opportunity missed, a bit like Preston, slightly different circumstances, but just an opportunity missed, and that's why, unless Barrett knows he's already not getting the job, that's why he's probably certainly putting himself out of contention.
I think the thing is with Barrett, I think, look, I know that the players like him a lot. I know the board like him a lot. But unfortunately, I think he's been too much in the background, and he's been tarnished with Rowett. And whether or not he's the coach, and whether or not he's been coaching, and we know that Barrett comes out and says, "Oh, Adam's been doing the coaching with him on the set plays and all this sort of stuff," which is great. But I think the problem is that it is potentially tarnished him. If he'd have come out in those last 3 games and won all 3 games, then I think we'd be having a different conversation. But if I'm honest, I don't think anything's changed from when Rowett was here to him. I think personally we need a complete clear out. I'd probably say the only person I would probably keep would be Andy Marshall, because I don't know any other ones out there goalkeeping coaches, and I think he's not bad with what he's got. But again, I would say complete clear out, really, honestly. That's the only option I think we can have.
That comment there about Kevin Muscat, I don't think Kevin Muscat's going to be on the. I don't think he's going to be on the radar of many clubs. Personally, I just don't see it. I think if he doesn't come to us, I don't think he's going to take Bristol City job, and I don't think he's going to take the QPR job personally. But doesn't fit.
No, do you know what, Spence? If I'd have seen your text, if I'd have seen your message before going live, I would have done that quite well, because that pretty much that wig what that geezer's got in there is in my house. I think in my daughter's room, so I could have got a wig to look exactly like that guy what you sent me from The Office America. So yeah. In fact, Spencer's come in with your question, Stephen. Is I think it's all to do with Barrett playing safe. Are he getting a draw to look better for the permanent role? Which probably is right, to be fair.
But you say that, and I understand perhaps at Preston, but we've had 3 games under Barrett. It's 9 points that we could have won, and we've only taken 2. Okay, 2 away games, and you can argue that goalkeeping errors and mistakes, but I just because you want to impress people and you want to go for the job, that doesn't mean that you play for a point. I just don't. I can't abide by that. And as I say, with about 25 minutes to go yesterday, I mean, we were there. I know we were separated in the ground, but all the people that were around were you were calling. There's an opportunity to win this game. There really was an opportunity to win the game, and the only change he made was Nisbet for Bradshaw. And I understand it. Bradshaw, works hard, but Nisbet's just come back from an injury. He was hardly going to turn around and become a world beater in 10 minutes, was he? It just wasn't going to happen.
No, but Saville playing gave us that opportunity where we converted.
Yeah.
The way he celebrated that corner was as if he scored the goal himself. Do you know what I mean? He was ecstatic, and even afterwards when he come over and he was kissing the badge and all that. That boy loves us, mate. He gets us 100%. And I don't know. Look, I don't think we'll get Muscat. But if we did, the fucking passion would come back, mate. We would have, we would go through players to get the crowd on board. We would be good. Contrary, people go, oh, yeah, but it's not championship thing. But he's done all right in fucking Japan and that, mate. Do you know what I mean? He's won the league twice. He's won the Asian Cup. He's got into the Asian Cup final, etc., etc. So he's done all right out there.
I'm with you. I don't want to say it because I know people, you get labelled a little bit negative. It's the wrong time for Muscat personally. I just don't think I don't think we're going to get him. And whilst, it could still happen. And I mean, there's some comments coming through that we'll get to that, Alan Nixon, but again, you have to take what he says with a pinch of salt. You can't.
He's got no connection to the club. No one. His sources, what he's getting from Mickey Mouse. Allegedly. I don't think he's got. On what I've been told, his sources aren't high up the food chain. Do you know what I mean?
No.
So I wouldn't. But this is the trouble. Why we as a show don't want to go that way. If we were to charge people a patronage or a paid subscription or anything else, the problem then is that you are then committing to having to put content out just for the sake of putting content out. And because people are expecting it, if people are paying £3, £5, whatever pound a month, you're expecting stuff. And we do this for a laugh. Do you know what I mean? And I'm surprised really that so many people and more people are watching this each week, because we just do it for a laugh. It's just a bit of fun to us. It's something where we can talk, we can have a laugh, we can take the piss out of each other, take the piss out of the viewers take the piss out of us. We have a nice sort of family, relationship, family feeling. Our viewers come up to us and see us when we're at games and say hello and tell us what they like. And that's great. That's what we want it to be. But as soon as you go into like the paid patronism and all this lot, you're then having to just put stuff out for thing. And we'd just be the same as all these others, where you're just putting stuff out for putting stuff out. And it just, I think it would take the enjoyment out of it for me personally to be forced into going, right, I need to do a newsletter every day. I need to do this show every day. And we don't edit the shows. What you see here is what you're going to get on a podcast tomorrow, unless when we did the quiz show, there was fucking utter bollocks through a lot of it. So we just cut that bit out because we don't want people falling asleep when they're driving. But other than that, what you see is what you get with us. We're the same as each one of you sitting at home. We support Millwall. We're negative, we're positive, we're stroppy, we're happy. It's the joys of following Millwall up and down the country, isn't it? That's it.
No, and that's it. I think Nixon, as you said, he has to put out stuff, so he has to, and it's very easy. It's very easy to bait people in with news like that, especially transfer window. He gets in, he's all excited, isn't he? And managers and stuff. I just think Muscat. I think the club would want him. And I think they would want to interview him and at least see see if they can, strike a deal. But there's just too many variables from his side, not ours, that make it just too tricky for him at this time, which is a shame. But that's just how it is.
See that there, Maku should have. I believe Maku should have started up front instead of Bradshaw, to be honest. I thought he would have caused problems.
Problem is, against Blackburn, I think he had his confidence knocked quite dramatically. Admittedly, playing out wide, and I think Barrett probably took him out the firing line a bit.
Yeah. I think the game changed with their subs. Before that, they were defending for our lives.
Yeah, potentially. They changed their front three, didn't they? And it just didn't seem to. It did help us. Don't get me wrong. I think they got that slightly wrong, but as I do also think that we started to try and actually play a little bit of football in the second half and try to actually move the ball a bit better rather than just like in the first half we had Fleming's shot, Fleming's goal, and I think Harding had a half opportunity, but just not really. Nothing really happened in the first half.
That's an interesting comment, Dan Riggs. At 1-1, we had a 10-minute spell where it was all us, and Robinson was barking from the bench to sit back, comical. A Maku for Nesbitt coming on, and I think we would have nicked it 100%.
The problem is, right? And there's another thing with that. Kevin Nugent was running the show yesterday. Adam Barrett wasn't running the show. If for anyone that was there that may have seen it, there was a spell where Barrett got up and was talking, and then all of a sudden it was Nugent. Nugent had the tactics board out. He was talking to, I think it might have been Billy Mitchell, because when Mitchell come on and was giving him instructions and he was telling the players what to do. Adam Barrett isn't doing it all by himself. I know it was the Barrett and Robinson together, but Kevin Nugent had a lot more to do with it yesterday. So I think it's a lot more of a team effort, but I think they're potentially, they know that, they've got a few games in charge, but it's not going to be any further because I think Barrett knows personally.
Andrew Roberts says, many of our players have been rarited for a long time now. Can a new manager change and improve these players with what he has, or is it going to need new players to make the changes he wants?
We spoke about this on Friday, Andrew. I don't know if you were listening. My biggest problem with the new manager coming in is that we're not in a transfer window. We don't have the ability to bring in new players for at least 8 games, whatever it is from now until the 1st of Jan. And the new manager coming in, he's not going to miraculously find wingers. He's not going to miraculously find, flair players just lying around the club. He's going to have to work with what we've got. So I don't think it's not going to be a case of, magic wand, we're going to turn all these players and turn them into something that they're not. We're going to have to be patient with it. And unfortunately, that's where us as a fan base and perhaps the expectations from last year, the new manager coming in is going to be under real pressure because he's not going to be able to turn them into world beaters overnight. It's not going to happen.
Stephen, we have a new record.
Go on.
He's a power of mine, and I do apologise, Max. I run out of time today, but I'll give you a bell tomorrow, fella. Max Finch, is the first person ever to actually give us a donation of £1.99. We don't listen, right? You can super chat us and all that, but we don't. But what we will,
I didn't even know you can do that.
You can, but what we will do is we make that up to a tenner or something, and we donate that to
Food Hub, Lions Food Hub.
Mind.
All right, Mind.
Yeah,
okay.
Mind.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Mind.
Thanks, Max.
So, yeah, thanks, Max. Much appreciated. You don't have to do it, but yeah, much appreciated for that, Max. That's you're the first ever person to give us money. Well, the first ever person on a live show. We did have someone a while back who random. We got no idea who it is, and we didn't even find out who it was. But someone just sent us 40 quid. No idea who it is at all. No idea ever. Don't even know what part of the world or anything else they are. It just suddenly we got an email saying so and so's donated 40 quid to you, and we're like, whoa, okay. Yeah,
I'll tell you what we'll do as well. We'll put it up on Twitter, on the Twitter account, so everyone can see that we do actually donate to my charity. So it'll go up there. We're not just saying it. We will do that later after the show.
100%. Yeah. Oh mate, don't. Let's get this. Just do us a favour, right? We're in a minute. I'll set you. Let's just crack through these comments a sec. Well said, Mickey. Get Denzel back as goalkeeping coach. Yeah, that would be a good clip. And keep the doctor. Yeah. No U-Test, no Pearson, no Jones. Do you know I got asked about Jones on I done a Southampton live show earlier. I didn't realise I was live. And I'm talking away, and then all of a sudden I looked at it and went, we're live, hang on. This didn't know that, but yeah, no, it was good. It was a good show talking to Southampton, good crack. All I know, okay, is that there was two first interviews last week. There was a Skype interview with Muscat, and so I'm told whether or not that's true or not. And there was an interview with Bill. But other than that, I don't know. I don't know where they are. I don't know whether or not these people are second interviews. I do know that there's a couple of other rumours of people who are going to be getting interviews. But again, I don't know. And that's not confirmed by the club in any shape or form. I've not asked the club. I don't ever ask about transfers and stuff because I normally get told to fuck off, basically. We don't discuss that. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, yeah. Let's crack through there because then I've got a question. Reckons the source said Millwall going all out. Oh, yeah. I reckon that reading that comment there, Chris, Lions TV reckons the source said Millwall going all out for Muscat, but Bill has a good interview and his second choice so far is near enough exactly word for word what Nixon said.
Yeah, it is. It is because I saw the screenshot earlier.
It is, isn't it? Pretty much word for word.
What he did. Said. To be fair, someone shared on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, a screenshot from the Lions TV Facebook account, and he did say it was Nixon. It wasn't his own words. So yeah, he was right on Sarkic and Corley was wrong. That's probably the first time that's ever happened.
You see, I know about Sarkic, if I'm honest. Sarkic was someone they were looking for a little while, and they weren't going to make a move. And then literally it suddenly come up a reasonable offering, and they went for it. But they weren't going. They wanted him, and then they were told it was going to be a no-go. And then literally it became available, and they went. So I think possibly with Richard, it was, it was something we were looking at, but we're not going to make a move on it and then go. And I reckon Nixon probably got something from the other end. But I don't know on that one. So yeah,
I'm seeing in the chat.
Yeah, see, that's it. That's absolutely true. He has strong links to Midlands clubs.
There's
What? Where am I looking for a particular comment?
No. There's a couple more people have donated funds as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, guys, listen. Hold on. When
anything was donated tonight is going to mind. Okay.
Yeah, and Mickey and I will add something to it as well to top it up, so it's not just you guys. Like, we really appreciate it. I didn't even know you could do that. You could. Yeah. On these kind of things, I didn't know. I wasn't aware of that. So, thanks, but everything's going to charity. As Mickey said earlier, we don't do it for financial gain. We do it because we like spending our Sunday evenings with each other.
He lives in the UK, mate. He don't live in Canada.
There was someone else who, I'm sure he said good afternoon. I must have been another Daniel. Apologies.
I don't know yet. He gives me a heart attack too, Bobby. Don't rule out Nugent going for the job. Get the job. Do you know on that Nugent and our Robbo would be a good pairing probably, but again,
possibly. I mean, again, no, I'll be happy with Nugent until Muscat season finishes. That in theory makes sense. Okay, there's a Newcastle fan in the chat. That in theory makes sense to have someone in temporary charge until Muscat is available. But the problem with that is that there's so many games until Muscat is available. You run the risk of being sucked into a relegation battle and a manager that doesn't really care.
How many times on our shows have we called that?
I know.
How many times? And you know, it was weird the other day. Did you see it was weird the other day when the message what went round loads and loads of WhatsApp groups, which I think probably Richard Cowley wrote and posted out, because actually you had to listen to the show to find that everything in that WhatsApp group message was complete and utter pony. And I think it was just an idea that he did it just to make people listen to his new show. But, you know, it was, but it seems everything we talk about on here, at some point over the time after the show's been aired a couple of days, Richard Crowley at some point in some story or some part either denies or confirms what we're saying is true.
Yeah, no, I think.
So who are our sources? What do we know?
I think Sav and Denore I'll be honest with you. I actually thought Denore had an okay game. I don't think he was at his best, but as a pair, they complemented each other very well.
Yeah. Hopefully, I would suggest he possibly could. And to be honest, I'm hoping that if we did get someone like Muscat, it would open up the Japanese market to us, because I think he knows that market really well. And I think there's probably some players over there what would tear up the Championship, and they'd be reasonably cheap.
Yeah, it happened. I know it's a bit different, but
it's just the work permit stuff. I don't know how that.
But it happened to Scotland because Celtic have bought. I think it's Fukushima. They've got a forward, who's scoring loads of goals. Again, come from nowhere. That is a possibility. Again, you broaden your kind of horizons if you do scout from there.
Apparently, are very nippy in and around the box. Yeah, I've heard the same there, mate. Alex S.
Hold on, there's more. There's more.
Stephen, have you got a pen there? Can you make a note of some numbers? I can get a pen in. Yeah, there we go.
I'll do a notepad. I'll have a notepad.
Have you got a notepad? If not, I've got one here.
Yeah, go on. I've got it on my laptop.
Okay, so £1.99 and £3 and a penny.
Yeah, there's a bigger one coming, by the way.
Okay, so the £1.99, £3 and a penny. Oh, 01. Okay. Thank you very much, Alex X. We don't do it for that, but thank you very much. I heard Muscat, Bill, and Eusted got interviews. Yeah, I heard Eusted, and then it was. I couldn't. Anywhere where we post stuff or anything else, what we try to aim for is a bit like what the BBC do and Sky, etc. Is normally have 2 independent confirmed sources. So if we can get 2 people to pretty much confirm the same information, then we might post it, or we might say, yeah. But I couldn't get someone to another person to confirm Eusted. Someone who sort of knew some confirmed 2 of those, but not all 3 of them. So we'll go with it. I don't want Bale. Right, look, we're getting through these comments. Just do us a favour. Where is it? Muscat hasn't been interviewed yet. He has by Zoom, I'm told. So yeah. Broken clock. What you mean? It's right twice a day. Mate, Peter Finch, I take it you're probably Max's dad. Mate, thank you very much. I mean, listen, as we said, anything what's done is going to mind. So, and I know that, it's not going to be thousands of millions of pounds, but every little bit helps, mate. And they do fantastic work. So, yeah, I'm all good with that. Thank you very much, Peter. Bart is finished. I think you're probably right. Bart is...
I do want to come back onto that, though, if we can.
On what, Bart?
Yeah. So,
I think
100%.
This is his last season.
Yes, 100% was at fault for the first goal yesterday. Absolutely shocking all round. It was an absolute shambles. But he made 2 incredible saves. One in the first half that was point blank, and one in the second half that was a shot from distance. He is costing us goals, and it is a bit of a problem because, a comment I heard yesterday was that you could play really, really well and your goalkeeper can cost you 3 points. And that's true. And perhaps yesterday it did cost us. But there are occasions where I think Bart is going to save. He's going to make a save somewhere that's going to earn us a win. But he's not going to play forever. Sarkic is going to take his spot, and then you won't see Bart, and he'll go at the end of the season.
Yeah. Oh, I think he'll come into the coaching team.
He might well be. It might well be. I mean, the save he made on the save in the first half yesterday, I'm sure those were there or watched it on a stream, was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Finches are donating.
I never knew I could change my name on YouTube.
Wes Harding's love child. Who were you before?
See, the thing is, now we've got no idea who he was before.
Yeah, I was going to say, who were you beforehand?
Nugent knows the club. He also knows the youth coming through. He'll have the passion back, that's for sure. Stood near him. Stood near him. I totally agree with you. He's got the under 23 or the under 21s, under 23s firing on all cylinders, mate. And they are, they look good. But they won the championship last season, or they won the cup last season. So they won the South, and then they went and beat the North, between the North and the South. So they won the UK wide one. So yeah, I think Richard Cowley watches the show as well.
Hi, Richard.
Hi, Richard. And Steve Kavanagh, Billy Taylor, Aldo, how you doing? Aldo, I'm coming for you. I'm giving you a run for your money. Watch this space soon, fella. We need Cooper header to go in off those big lanky ass cheats of the Watford defence. If we sign the Japanese player, that'd be good. Nisbet and the Mako up front will work. Essay out on the left. Fleming in a 10 role. Yep.
Not sure about Essay on the left though.
Wait, right now. Listen, right. What you put about day trip? It's a shame that none of the other lads where I was sitting with, like Omar and that, are on tonight. Right. It was me, Omar, and there was a geezer with us, Harry Potter, who looked like Harry Potter. I don't even know what the geezer's name is, but we're calling him Harry Potter. And a few others of us, right? There was probably about, 6 of us anyway. So coming up to half time, we went for a beer or non-beer, but we went, downstairs, outside, etc., at half time. Anyway, we come back in and some fucker's stolen our seats. So we just went back up the road where we were sitting and stood in front of them. And then we moved back one where there was a couple of spaces and we moved back. And then someone else whose seat we stole come in and we were all moaning. But it does say at an away game, if you're sitting there for the first half, you're going to sit there for the second half. You don't come in and rob someone's seat. Do you know what I mean? It's like, mate. And I don't know if our day trippers are our own, mate. But yeah, it's fucking liberty, mate. There is some etiquette at games. Do you know what I mean? Play the game. Fucking, wherever you sit in the first half, fucking stay there. Mickey, you mentioned something new and exciting at the start of the show. Is it you interviewing day trippers before the games? Now, that could be that. Would you watch that though? Because we get asked all the time about people coming over. Want to speak to us, want to find out about the club and all that lot. And I sort of bat it aside to a degree. But if you think you'd watch it, then yeah, we'd try if you wanted it. But yeah, I don't know. We'll get Stephen out with the old microphone, mate.
No, we won't.
Faces. Are you a day tripper? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Nugent knows the club. He also knows youth coming through. Have we done that before? No? Is that someone else? I don't know.
Someone else.
Most sensible Millwall fans have wanted Sav and Denora in midfield. Let's hope he stays. Campbell was allegedly unwell yesterday. Yeah, I hear that. Which means they may stick him back in. Do
you reckon it also had something to do with the fact that Watford's main rivals happen to be Luton and Alan Campbell's from Luton? No coincidence, is it?
No.
Oh, but just on that though, after his performance, how do you drop George Saville from yesterday? You can't. You can't. So we'll see.
No, that's it. Christ, I want to get through these comments or get through most of them.
It'll be good. I really don't want Michael Beale as manager of the football club. I don't think.
Put in the comments, right? Michael Beale, yes or no? Right, you've got 5 minutes. Put it in, yes or no, for Michael Beale, if you want him as manager. Because I think it's a no from me.
On that subject, Mick, the one you just put there.
Smith.
He was the old manager of Norwich and Villa.
Oh, yeah.
That comment about if we need to convince Muscat, I don't quite agree with that. He's got a team second in his division. They're in the Asian Champions League. There's 5 games or 6 games to go in their season. I think it's a little bit harsh to say that he might not be the right man. You win a trophy, you win a trophy. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that.
No, I'm not either. Muscat has a Brazilian striker called Lapis Anderson. He looks good and is a top scorer in the league.
Yeah, we'll have him.
Yeah, we'll have him. Bring him with you. Eustace and Bale both interviewed last week, so that's 3 people who interviewed then. I know the interviews were at a West End hotel. I'm not going to mention the name in case fans suddenly camp outside it. Bart's save of the season. Yeah, that was a save which I didn't even think he knew was coming, to be fair. That was.
Oh, no, he did.
That's what Bart is good at. Non-reaction saves, like literally split-second reaction saves, he's great at. But his knees are fucked. We can't deny that. I mean, look at him yesterday. He landed awkward and he was hobbling for a bit and he looked bang in trouble. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Buffon. Now, Buffon. I used to love Buffon. He was... What a player
outstanding.
He was.
Yeah, outstanding.
He's retired. Even though he's retired now, I'd have him back for a season, mate. That geezer's mustard. Do you know what I mean? Unbelievable. There is a program I want to watch on Netflix, or it's coming out on Netflix shortly, about the Colombian keeper.
Yeah. The guy, the
guy done the scorpion kick.
Yeah. I hope whoever the new boss is focuses on bringing academy players through. Well, it's done okay. Yes, but right lower hand of God's save. On telly, it looked like Kevin was running the show. You can see Barrett post-match interview, and he slipped up at the end of it. I have to watch that. He was. But Kevin Nugent was running the show yesterday. It was so obvious on the touchline. It was all from him. It wasn't Barrett.
Do you know what I found? I was reading something the other day. I was doing some research on copyright laws and copyright on fair usage. I've got to look at it a bit more, but on fair usage copyright, if we were to critique, commentate, or comment on it and stuff like that, we could get away with showing bits and pieces. Like the stuff they put publicly, we couldn't necessarily get away with the paywall stuff, but the stuff they post on Twitter and that, we could pretty much play those out and then comment on them.
Yes, on the public.
And comment on them without getting copyright strikes or without risk of getting our channel taken away from YouTube when football clubs moan, which I've known of before where people do it. So, yeah, day trippers on cam would be hilarious, wouldn't it? It would. I think it would. I think it would be quite comical, to be fair. So, yeah. Ask the day tripper questions, mate. Yeah, test your Millwall prowess. Do you know what I mean? We just have multiple choice questions. We devise 5 multiple choice questions and ask it to them and see whether or not they are real wool. That would be, like, what's the name of the ground called? The Den, the Bear Pit. It's questions like that. So, yeah. Reckon the interviews will be entertaining. Yeah, it'll be good. Oh, my God. Here we go. Mickey asking the day trippers to name the Millwall goalkeeper before letting them in. Yeah. Mate. Lions Raw, you are leading now with the highest donation of. Listen,
there's another one. There's another one coming.
We're doing it, but if people are doing it, then we're out. So Lions Raw, well done. Thank you very much. We didn't know this was happening, so yeah, fucking hell. Max, you started something. Can't drop Saville being the new captain, in my opinion. Yeah, but I would go with that. I would say, yeah. Now the Bill comments are coming in, which is good. No.
I think there's a lot of no's.
No. Let's go through them. Hang on. Fucking hell. My mouse is shit. No. Just remember, if anyone says yes, remember their username.
I'm ready. I'm ready for a yes.
No. No. Oh, bollocks. Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you very much. No. And Barrett, Mikey can fill in for Barrett. Mickey's coming, mate. No. No. I haven't found one yes yet. No.
That's because literally nobody wants him.
No, you're right. You're right, Stephen. Saville is undroppable, surely. Now, no. I'm just warning you, yeah. If I do get a yes, I'm going to time you out. You're going in the sin bin, okay? And the only way you'll get back in is by pain. No, I'm joking. Michael Bell, no.
Well, that's really funny.
Sunglass.
That's funny.
Mickey Pierce.
That's from Only Fools and Horses. Yeah, that's funny.
Mickey Pierce? Mickey Pierce follows us.
He's a Mill fan.
Yeah. I wanted to get him on before. Dearie me. There'd be some fucking chance, wouldn't there? So, yeah, if Bale becomes manager, I'm going to get a bottle of vodka, switch the lights off, listen to Coldplay, and contemplate life. Yeah, I think we all will, to be fair, mate. Don't get the negativity, R.E. Beale. Any manager would leave a championship club. Any manager would leave a championship club to go to Rangers. I don't think they would.
I'm not sure. I think the problem is, it's not the fact that he went to Rangers. It's the fact that he gave an interview to the QPR fans when he was linked with the Wolves job and said, I'm loyal. We're working on it. We've got a project, etc., etc. Turned down a Wolves job. Then 3 weeks later, had a falling out and then went to Rangers. That's the problem. It's not the who he went to. It's the how it happened.
I mean, look, right. I'm not a massive fan of the Scottish thing. Rangers and all that. Yeah, great. I mean, I am a one club man, and if you want a Scottish club, then Rangers and whoever one you want there. But obviously, Rangers with the affiliation to us, everything else, great. But how about this question? If the Scottish Premier League was to be amalgamated into the Championship, do you really think that Rangers, Celtic, I don't know who the other ones are, Hibernian and Queen of the South,
Hearts.
I don't know, Hearts, etc. Do you think that they would be finishing in the top 6 of the Championship in its current form right now? Do you think that if they were to come down and play all of us, do you think they'd finish in the top 6? Because personally, I don't think they would.
Outside of Rangers and Celtic, no. Rangers, I think one of them would have a good. I think one of them would give it a good shot, but not both of them, because you'd still have the rivalry between the two. And I think it's just
Chris Brown, fucking hell. Chris, look, thank you very much, mate. You are an absolute legend. There you go. So yeah, you are the 5th person ever to do it. Yeah, that's the player's name. Muscat. Yeah. Danny Mack back in favour after his Blackburn nightmare. Danny Mack is, listen, right, and we said it on the way to the game. I just read a comment then and I'll come to it in a minute. And it threw me out a little bit. Right. When the team got announced, Danny Mack and then obviously Cuffy in front, that is what we've been calling for on this show for a while. Right? Cuffy is your right wing. Danny is your right back. And when you put Danny in a position of defence, he will defend for his life. And I think Danny probably had the best game on Saturday. Yesterday, yeah, it's still yesterday. Than what he's had in many weeks and months.
Is this where you want me to? Is this where you want me to come in on the Danny?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, do you not agree?
Right,
no. Humble pie.
No.
You have been wrong, and we all acknowledge that. You don't have to apologise.
I have not been wrong about Danny McNamara prior to yesterday, and the listeners will agree. So, okay. Anyone in the chat, before I say what I'm about to say, and we'll get to it, before yesterday,
and be out brave, of 10, I will time you out.
Out of 10, before yesterday, rank Danny McNamara's season.
You got 2
and
minutes.
We'll see what they come up with. However, yesterday, I tweeted after the game and got a little bit. Someone did come back at me and basically told me I didn't really know what I was talking about, which, fair enough, entitled to your opinion. But Danny McNamara had a very, very good game yesterday. He was very good. I thought he defended as well as he could up against decent wingers. I thought he tried to make a tackle early and stop them playing early. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But he tried to defend the situation early rather than let something happen. And it's no coincidence that then, they kept going down that side. And again, people will say that, he did get beat a couple of times and the goal come from his side. I don't think the goal was necessarily his fault. He was left 2-on-1. So, yeah, we'll, I have a little bit of sympathy for him there. But based on where he come from before yesterday and off the back of the horrendous mistake for that goal against Hull, the header back, I thought he had a very good game and looked very, very solid. We need more of that, Danny McNamara, and he needs to look at that and go, that's the blueprint. That's what he needs to be moving forward if he plays.
Yeah, and there's a comment there from Bobby, but I'll put up and I'll put back up in a second, actually, because he's got a valid point there. Pete, if you're watching this on YouTube, which I take it you are, yeah, you're watching on YouTube. If you're slightly behind Max, even though you're sitting next to him, it might be that you started it after we went live. So all you need to do is just press the arrow or skip, and it will bring you up to where we are live. Would be what I would say to you. Would be the way. See, I know I've spoken to someone who's very close to Alex Mitchell, and Rowett didn't really talk to the kid. So, if there was no relationship there, I would bring him back or potentially bring him back in January. And I think what Bobby says is right. Alex Mitchell and Harding in that line of defence would be fucking mustard because Alex is a big lad and I think they'd boss that defence.
We'll see.
Wow. Pick the splinters out your arse there, fella. Come on, let's no. We're not moving forward from that yet. Why are you so unopinionated on that?
Because
are you a Cooper fan? A secret Cooper fan, or you?
I like Jake Cooper.
Alex Mitchell?
I like Jake Cooper, and my comment isn't anything to do with Jake Cooper. I thought yesterday he looked a bit ropey. To be fair, he did. Okay. It's more on. I don't know how we can say that Alex Mitchell will be mustered in the Championship when he's not played in the Championship. He deserves an opportunity. Give him an opportunity by that's absolutely fine. But I don't think we can say he would be mustered when he's never played at that level. But give him a chance first. Okay.
What is the point of paying Truman a wage if they don't think he's good enough to start a match? Well said, Paul. Absolutely well said.
At the moment, we wouldn't have a backup goalie. Because the other one's gone out on loan, and Wright's gone out on loan to Salford. So,
but with that Bart, you could.
No. But at the moment, with no Sarkic and Bart playing, you got to have someone on the bench.
Yeah. But wouldn't you play Truman and keep Bart on the bench to give Bart a bit of a rest?
I don't know. I guess you don't even know if you get. Oh, excuse me. You don't know if you give him an opportunity.
There you go. Look, Wes Harding's love. By next time you're down, let us know when you're down, and we'll interview you.
No, once a month isn't a decent day tripper. It's not a day tripper at all. Once a season, perhaps.
I want Muscat. Oh, yeah. Does Honeyman get a look in anymore?
Again, I tweeted him. I tweeted after the game that I thought he had a good game yesterday, and again, someone said that they didn't think so, which is absolutely fine. You're more than welcome to. If you don't agree with us, me, Mickey, whoever's on the pod, please challenge us. But all I would say is that if you do,
challenge him at the ground. No, I'm a lover, not a fire.
I mean, on the show, because. I'm all for opinions, but why? I thought Honeyman was really good yesterday. He was everything we'd want. He was committed. He gave us everything. He's just come back from injury, and his tackle in the first half was outstanding. So I just sometimes struggle to understand what do we want? Do we want players that are going to look like Maradona and Pele, or which we're never ever going to get, or do we want the players that we do have to give everything for the shirt? And that's what Honeyman give us. So to me, that's what made a good performance.
No, that's it. So I don't know if you can, Bobby. Honestly, I've got no idea whether or not you can or you can't. But just hold that thought, and we're
or if you really want to. If you really want to, Bobby, or anybody, all the money so far, the total is £29.09. So thank you, guys. But if you want to, put it straight to Mind. Just go straight to Mind and put it to them if you want to.
Just where you can make a comment, just go, that Millwall podcast told me to. Just you imagine that someone in there
there's hundreds of them,
there's loads of like £1 and £2 and all that, and it's just got Millwall podcast told me to. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Let's see if we can get it picked up. Bless you.
That was your sneeze.
Thank you. Yeah, I know it's hard because you're trying to get through these comments. So
I know.
Interview some day trippers, and we'll have a charity. Actually, on that charity night, if we were to find a venue and done a night where maybe we get a couple of ex-players and all that, charged an entry fee, because we'd have to, it wouldn't be anything made, £5 or £10 or something like that. Hang on. We can make a few quid out of this, Steve. 50 quid entry fee.
I'm not involved.
Listen, mate. It's everything will go to a charity. But if we were to do a night where we had some players and we did a live, so basically we'd get the whole panel there and we'd just do what we do here, but in live. Would you be interested in coming along? just yes to live. Just put yes to live if you want. It's something we've been talking about for a while, and it's something what we want to do, but it's sort of we don't want to do it because we all think that probably we get 3 people. Chris Brown will be there.
We'll hire out a venue. We'll all be ready to go, and just one bloke will walk in the pub. All right, lads.
Yeah, it'll be Chris Brown walking in, going, "Hello, Mick." Do you know what I mean? Or Big E. Big E. I reckon the people who would be guaranteed to be there would be Big E and Chris Brown and your mum. That would be it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, you would.
So yeah. But if it's something you want to do, then yeah, it would be a charity night. We get some bits and pieces, we get some memorabilia, and we just make some money for a charity or something. There is an idea I have coming up towards Christmas, but we'll come across that on another show because I'm not going to throw it on Stephen in a minute because we need to figure out some logistics around it. But there is something coming up towards Christmas what I have an idea of, and yeah, I won't say it. I have a habit of ideas come in, my mouth opens, and I speak them straight out, and I'm getting used to trying to slow it down. So yeah, hence the craziness of these shows.
I know you
just ask Stephen about the WhatsApp group.
I know you go through the comments. I know you do, but there's one coming up later because it says Mickey dressed as Santa. I would pay good money to see that.
Yeah, no problem. Name it when. I've got a Santa outfit upstairs in the
I have to say, friends of ours, way off subject. He grows his beard out and he goes around local kids charities. He does loads of stuff. He's amazing.
I've done the last 3 years. I don't think any of the kids watch me, so I'm all right. I hope not. I've done the last 3 years. This is my 3rd year at my boys' school, and I am Santa on the school fete, and I've got a full Santa outfit upstairs with a big beard, hat, costume, gloves, boots, the full malarkey. And as a Christmas show, I will dress up and I will be Santa.
Oh, that's fantastic!
The last show before Christmas, I will dress up and I will be Santa.
The comments are at you. The comments are going to be at you.
Oh, I play the whole thing, mate. I am Santa. It's all the ho ho ho, and have you been a good boy and all of that? Yeah. And they get a present and all that. Yeah, I do the lot. I love it. It's brilliant. Kids are great, isn't they? Do you know what I mean? They're the same mentality. They haven't been poisoned by the world, mate. Do you know what I mean? They're just, they come up with mad ideas and shit, mate. Yeah, they're cool. I wouldn't do a Millwall grotto, mate. Fucking hell, that could be hard fun. Yes. Rangers would be in League One Celtic Championship. Okay. S.A. I've got no idea. Oh, that's my pal. Who runs a whole show. He's just giving me trolling abuse. So yeah. Bring back the Anglo-Saxon or the Anglo-Scottish Cup.
Saxon.
I wonder where I was going then. So yeah, Rangers and Celtic would be big clubs. With big clubs, lots of money. Yeah, but would they compete within? If you put them in the Prem, they wouldn't compete. I mean, they're nowhere near the same money. The money they make compared to thingies. So yeah. Just checking on Dan. Is he still sat in the? He isn't actually. He's out somewhere tonight.
Yeah, no,
I saw him yesterday. It was positive yesterday.
No, honestly, the back end of the show on Friday, he looked like he was on suicide watch, but he's fine. He's all good. He's all good.
Okay, now Pat Cuff was class yesterday.
Norton Cuffy, maybe,
possibly. I got shot down for calling Cuffy in front of Danny. Listen, I wouldn't shoot you down. I've been calling for that all season, and I know absolutely fuck all about football. What you'll find out about soon. And yesterday it was done, and it works. Do you know what I mean? It works. And also, just while we're on that subject of yesterday, a massive, 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 massive shout out to Watford Football Club, right? Because a lot of these football clubs don't want to know our sort of show, our independent fan shows. They don't want to know. But if you got a program yesterday, you will see in there that we were actually the away fan giving views. Negative Dan. If you read that, he weren't that negative in there, to be fair. And Jamie fucker predicted the score correct as well.
He did, yeah.
But yeah, massive shout out to Watford, their media team, for getting in touch and making it happen. And they've done a great piece on Millwall, some good little snippets and, player data and all that lot in there. So it was nice to see a programme yesterday, which is along the old traditional programme. Do you know what I mean? Where it's got data on our players, data on theirs, and other bits and pieces and all that. And it's a nice, fit programme. So hope you carry on doing your programme for ever and ever. And good luck to you. Many, many thanks for getting us involved. And hopefully other clubs might want to.
I tell you what, Sunderland do it as well. Sunderland are really good. I've done it in the past for them. It was a long time ago, but they're really good reaching out as well. Another good club, keeping up the programmes. I'm gutted that we don't anymore.
Hold on.
No, these numbers. Now, hold on a minute. We're going to do this properly now, because these are the numbers out of 1 to 10 on Danny's performance before this season. And good. Schultz lover Danny Mac. No, I'm not a Danny Mac hater. I just want him to be better.
Yeah, Bobby says 6 out of 10.
Yeah. 3.
Connor says 3, but Connor said Celtic as well. So, Stephen Schultz lover, Danny Mac hater.
I said I'm not no. 7 out of 10. Okay, fair enough.
4 out of 10. Because he has an outlet in front of him. When we had Wallace, it was the same thing. I don't know.
Yeah, that helps. That does help with Danny, having someone.
Danny Mac, 4.5, but he is not a wing back. Absolutely agree with you, but not the 4.5. Danny Mac, okay in back 4, can't play in 5, 3 out of 10 this season so far. I agree with you. Danny, apart from the score, Danny Mac is okay in a back 4. He's good on a back 4. But he can't play because he's expected to do different things in a back 5. And I think the problem is that the style what Rowett played of not wanting to lose and not going out to win and always having this back 5 because it was his safety blanket was causing Danny Mac to look shit. I don't give a fuck what anyone said. Danny Mac is, in defence, is a good player. Danny Mac just needs to improve on his crossing. Very good defender. Agree. But that's something what can be worked on. Putting him as a wing back, putting him as a winger, you ain't going to work on that if he's been playing as a defence all day. Danny, do you live in Canada now, but you originally from UK?
There was another Daniel on Friday, and he said afternoon, and Joe asked him, and he said Canada.
Yeah, no, it's right. I've had a message from the geezer who took that very picture right there, and he said that he lives in Canada but used to live in from the UK. So yeah, man and match yesterday, Savile all day long. I like Harden as well. By the way, I think he's I think he's going to be another heart-loading nightmare. Danny Mac is a Millwall fan, so I don't know why Millwall fans.
That doesn't make you. It doesn't make you immune. It doesn't. I'm sorry. It doesn't. Right. He's left. Right. I am not a hater of Danny McNamara. I will never, ever be a hater of any Millwall player. No, you can say what you want, Mickey. It's not going to happen. But it doesn't matter whether you're a Millwall fan or you come from Outer Mongolia. If you are playing for our team and you don't perform, then you have to accept criticism just because you're a Millwall. I'm a Millwall fan. If I played at right back, you lot would absolutely hammer me.
Because he's shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, I am, but that's not the point. It doesn't matter if you're a Millwall fan. You're not. That doesn't put you. It might buy you a little bit more time, but it doesn't mean that you cannot get stick. So, Carl, I respect your opinion, but unfortunately, I don't agree that being a Millwall fan means that you shouldn't get stick if you play badly. That's just how it is.
I bet, Carl, you probably look better in shorts than Stephen does too.
Yeah, most of the listeners probably do.
I've watched the shows back. I've seen the amount of abuse you were rounding on me, Stephen, and we were only just getting started, sunshine.
I mean, I did not at all. All I said was that you were allegedly going for interviews. It's not my fault that the listeners refer to you as Barrett's twin, Right Said Fred, Hood. It's not my fault.
You don't want to hear my views on that, Gazer, mate. So, I'm just going to, for the benefit of any future legal action, I will just shut up on that one. Honeymoon is in trouble for pre-match banner.
Yeah, have you seen that? Did you see it?
I have. And I don't, and if I'm honest, I don't understand. You see, this is the thing what I get, right, with this banner, right? I understand why they're doing it, because they're being forced on it by the FA and the EFL, right? And they're doing it all this, right? But they couldn't even find enough people to hold the fucking banner up. The together bit at the end was down. And was it Honeyman with his hands on Danny? Was that Honeyman?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because Honeyman's kind of had his face like here on over Danny's shoulder. But again, people are making something out of nothing, because I know.
What are they making out of it? I don't understand why.
They're saying.
Is it that Katie?
Yeah, it is.
Someone's got the ump.
They're saying that Millwall weren't taking it seriously. They were more interested in making jokes rather than promoting the cause. But then loads of people have gone back and gone, if you actually look at what we do, we have our own initiative that we publicly. It's every game. Yeah, they do a lot for it. It's an overreaction. And if it's anything to do with not holding the flag, if you look a lot across the picture, there's like 3 Watford players that aren't even bothering to hold it. So, yeah, it's a nothing story.
I think it's as always, mate. It's easier to have a go at us for Millwall.
And all I would say, and I'm sure the listeners have watched it, and I don't want to, if you haven't, I don't want to publicise it too much, but just all I would say is that the Gillingham fan at yesterday's game, who was arrested for what was caught on camera, they're the sort of people that need to be, this needs to be addressed, not someone that's not holding a banner. That's all I'm going to say.
I agree with you. Stephen, you're going to have to go debt collecting in a bit, mate.
Debt collecting? Oh, yeah, I did see that. What I think because she's not very technically savvy, I think she's tried her best and given up. So
that's all right. You can go debt collecting, so that's not a problem. I've got to figure out how to get it out of YouTube. Yeah, but yeah. Truman has been there for 2 years though, and he's still been nowhere near starting the game. Yeah.
No, I agree, 100%. I'm not gonna out anyone at all, but there's people that have said that Truman is just not a good goalkeeper. So make of that what you will.
New Cross Club.
That was for the live.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you mean what?
Do you mean
live,
the Will?
Yeah.
You mean the Will Shunters or whatever it is? Is it Will Shunters? I mean, I'll ask the club about what to call it, mate. To be fair, if they give us Harry's for the night, but then again, you're paying over the price beer, so I'd rather probably go to a social club or something, mate. I missed you. Well done, Connor. Thank you very much, mate. Another donation, 79 pence. I don't give a shit how much it is, mate. It all counts. So yeah, thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. Yes to live all day long. I'm not getting involved, mate. You're going to get me in so much trouble. Yes to live. Oh God. Have a Freddo on me. Do you know what? I remember Freddos when they were 10 pence. Now they're about £3. So yeah, I will be there in my 1988 Millwall kit. Excellent. Yes to live. Yeah. Vicky dressed. Oh, I see now. Yeah, we need to catch up, don't we? Millwall podcast end of year. Now
that is a really good idea.
That is. And well done, Big E. But we're stealing that idea now. That is now copyrighted and trademarked, and you can never, ever, ever use that again.
That is fantastic. We really could have some fun with that.
Yeah, we're making note of that. End of season awards. So basically, let's just recoup on that. So basically, what you're saying is, instead of best player of the year or player of the year, we will have wooden spoon.
Panelist.
So if we were playing thingy, we'd have wooden spoon or mistaken. Are you on about?
No. I think he.
Are you on about end of season awards for us or end of season for players, but take it on its head, or?
Oh, I was going to say we could do like I don't know, best comment, worst panelist, worst. I don't know. That's what I took that it would be. Yeah, whatever it is, we can do the players as well. That'd be quite funny.
Yeah, I'll be up for that, Chris. After a home game or something, maybe we'll do it. Maybe that would be the way to do it. Would be after a home game, so that then at least everyone's up that neck of the woods and we can do it. I know the Blue Anchor will probably give it, but I don't know. They're social. We can sort out a venue. That's the least of the problem. That Millwall panto. I see Mickey as cinders. Thanks for that. I would have said buttons. I think either Joe or Chris could be cinders. Do you know what I mean? They got a better face than me. So yeah, I'll invite Daniel Day-Lewis, Danny Baker, Ron Liddell. I would love to listen, right? If any of you know any sort of famous Millwall fans, we're trying to create a list to get some famous Millwall fans for Who Are You? And we got a list to a degree, but it's so hard to think. Now, there we go. That is definitely, you know what? We're going to do this, Stephen, right? I will dress up as Santa for the last one, yeah?
Oh, I've seen this comment. Here we go.
If you want Stephen to dress up as Elf for the Christmas special, then just say Stephen is Elf. So yeah. Oh look, and Dan could be an elf as well.
Yeah, no, Dan for elf.
All of them. Look, can the rest of them dress up as elves? Yeah. Well done, Mickey, for doing it for kids. Oh, that's great fun, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You made a day. Some of the kids had never seen Santa before, and their first experience is me. That's scary, isn't it? I'm worried about the Saints. We're 18th. Yeah, we'll get onto that in a minute. We seem to be doing Celtic fans are the most deluded in the world. How come they never get called glory hunters? Got to be one of the easiest clubs to follow in the world. Our home record. Nice one for Watford.
Yeah, that was the programme.
Oh, yeah. Christ, we are far behind. Let's get through these quickly. Let's not comment. Anything you want to say, Dan, while I do this? Yeah, look, he is.
Whoa. Anything you want to say, Dan?
Anything you want to say, Steve?
No. Whoa. Okay. All right. I'll see how it is. Fine.
I got muddled up because I was looking at thingy there because Daniel Barrett.
No,
look, Daniel Barrett's comment. I live in Canada from New Cross. Okay, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Ben Thompson, exact example. Absolutely, Millwall homegrown player. Absolutely fucking vilified.
That was terrible in the Championship.
What about Marquis? Can't say Marquis was shit. He was all right for other clubs, just not us.
In League One.
Spot on, drives me man. He's a Millwall fan or real wall. Uncle Fester. Wrong show.
No, it's not.
Oh, it is, and I'll explain to you later. I'm going to get myself into trouble there. Let's move on. Keep politics out of football. Yeah, keep politics out of football. Absolutely. If we have a chance of winning, I'm saying this bit. We would love our players like Danny Mack, Billy Mitchell, Roman Essay.
It's really not about not loving the players. It's just not. They're not separate from other players. They still held to the same standards as everybody else. They get more time, but they're still held to the same standards.
I see that comment there. The fellow who took the picture told me about the podcast was an emotional day at the Den. Do you know what, Dan? I understand, right? A few years ago, and I don't really like talking about it, but when I was found on the board, I was having bingo shot. Right, I was at the Millwall Cafe. I was having breakfast one day. I was meeting someone at the club. I'd done something at the club, and I was just having a bit of lunch or a bit of breakfast at the cafe. And there was a guy sitting in there, and we just started talking about Millwall. And he don't live around here no more. Again, I don't think it was you. To be fair, it might be you, but it might not. It wasn't you. It was another fellow who lives North London or wherever now. He lives away from the Den, and he was there. Anyway, I said to him, I could get you on the pitch if you want a picture. We'll go and get you on the pitch. And he went, really? And I said, yeah. So anyway, I took him in. And as we're going in, Jimmy was there. It was when Jimmy Carter worked in the commercial department there. Jimmy come out and gave him a brief tour, like showed him in the change rooms and all that. And this geezer was welled up. And we're like, what's the matter? Why welled up? And he went, well, when I was watching, you were my hero to Jimmy Carter. And Jimmy Carter went, really? And he went, yeah. He said, hang on then, let me do something. So Jimmy Carter got given a picture of his first goal he scored, what was a header, or the first headed goal he scored. He's got a picture, what sat on his desk. And he went and got that photocopied for this geezer, photocopied it, and then signed it to the geezer and gave it to him. Geezer was in bits, mate. Absolutely in bits. But I can totally get the emotion, especially if you've never been to the Den and seen it pitch side and all that lot. It's impressive. It's good. It's fucking noisy. So yeah. Best throwing of the season. Yeah, that's one of the awards.
That's one. Yeah, we'll do it that way. We'll do a parody. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's best corner, best throwing, best yellow card. Yeah, stuff like that. We'll put some votes in to get it. So yeah, are you doing an Xmas special? Fuck yes.
Yeah, we'll do an Xmas special. Yeah. Yes, I will be going to Sheffield Wednesday. Got my tickets on Friday. Did you know that the ticket office you couldn't pay for anything all day?
Could you not?
No, it's until about 3:30. So, but yeah, I got my tickets, so I'll be at Sheffield Wednesday.
Okay. Stephen Elf. I'm still waiting for my interview on Millwall. Who are you? It's fucking not me, Bobby. That's it.
I have emailed.
So it's your fault, Bobby. Get it sorted. And as an evening event at a venue near you, yes, awards for that Millwall podcast, an unofficial non-police academy player of the season. The comment too slow. I copyrighted already. No.
Okay, that's a good idea. We could do our own player of the season, and actually have that one as maybe a serious one. But the rest of them, you could do like a. I don't know, worst miss, yeah, something like that. Worst injury. We got at the moment Duncan Watmore celebrating and Joe Bryan taking a free kick. So
2 contenders.
Yeah,
we could put them out to vote and all that, couldn't we? We could do this. We could make this happen. So yeah, right. Let's get for what's that?
No, that's so weird.
Dan has to be the elf. I love the lad, but sometimes someone might have to help him get dressed up like that. But then that would be class. Stephen, you can be Mrs. Santa, mate. Okay, there's some strange fancies going through your head. 1824, do you know what I mean?
No.
Need to get a manager in to make use of these players. Nesbitt score goals when you're not going long.
Before you say that, I'm all for a bit of fancy dress. There's a picture of me at the cricket last year dressed as Mario. I've got a Alan from The Hangover. I've got a spaceman. I'm all for that, but Mrs. Santa, whoever that was, nah, that's a step too far, mate.
Mate, if they're playing at Millwall, there's no fucking chance they'll ever be allowed to come on this show.
Nope.
It just wouldn't happen. Wouldn't. I've interviewed Marvin Williams, and I reckon I could probably message him this week, and I would reckon that he would come on the show. Marvin and me, I sorted him out some tickets for him and his kids to go to the ground as well. He's a top bloke, and when he was playing, Marvin, another player who was razor quick, Marvin Elliott, who's now a banker and definitely won't come on.
I love Marvin Elliott.
Yeah,
he was quality.
Yeah, Marvin Elliott was absolute quality. So yeah, don't get Bart's hand out the thingy. Peter Sweeney.
We was with him. No, we was with him the other night, weren't we?
It'd be quality. I'd love to have him on. It'd be quality. I don't think Tony Craig's my biggest fan for some reason. I don't know why. But.
Oh yeah, not to go into too much detail, but for the listeners in the chat, Mickey has a number one enemy in Tony Craig, sworn enemy. Yeah.
If you were at the evening the other week, I don't think I just asked a question. Listen, it's the journalist in me. I just asked a question, and I think I probably upset him a lot. So yeah, sorry lads, didn't mean that. Don't want to get you banned. I've got no idea what you done, mate. So yeah, fuck me. Have I got a whole posse of the Finch household? Look, I've got George Finch. I've got Max Finch. I've got Max's dad. Yeah. How about, Bobby, email Stephen back, confirm a date, and we'll get you on Who Are You? And then we'll get some players on. But you're first. So get in touch this week and set it up, okay? So that we can get you on, because we're waiting to do a show. And if there's anyone else in the comments who wants to do Who Are You, where we ask you the 20 Millwall questions, then yeah, we'll get you on, and we'll get a load on. If we can get 12 of you on, then that's pretty much a season's worth of shows. And if we can get double that, then yeah, great. We can put them out once every fortnight or something. So yeah, needs to be an awards for the panel. Yeah. Best dressed, stupidest cock up, outrageous cock up. Yeah, all that sort of stuff. So yeah.
Best lookalike.
Yeah, there's one for you. Yeah, I was going to do this the other day, and then I forgot about it. And right in the comments, out of all of you who are listening, just put in a comment who you look like. So if you could choose a famous lookalike, put it in. So obviously Adam Barrett. I've been.
But on that, let's not be silly. Let's not be silly as well.
Something what looks like you, like Stephen looks like the guy out of Family Guy.
Wow.
You called me fucking the hood, you cunt. So, do you know what I mean?
I never called you the hood. A listener called you the hood.
You sent me a fucking picture, a message of the hood. So don't fucking give me all that. Do you know what I mean? And anyway, Max, don't worry. Listen, I say the word cunt, and that's more likely to get me banned. So don't worry about it, mate. I'm in charge of banning people, and you ain't banned. Melvin Smith or Mervyn Smith. Mervyn, Darren. Using someone else's account. I wonder who will win the best Adam Barrett impersonator. I tell you, I would be able to do that, because I reckon it would go like this. It would go. So let's put the headphones to the back a minute, as such, and it'll be right. Stephen, go on. Ask me about the post game. Go
on. What did you make of the second half performance then, Adam?
I think we were great. I think we should have won it. To be fair, I think our boys were all over them. I think we were fantastic for the whole 45. I don't think there was any weaknesses in our defence. I think I think Bart performed out of his skin for most of the game, and I just think that, unfortunately, luck of the draw, football how it is, they got the better of us for 2 seconds, and unfortunately that cost us a goal. But the boys kept their head up, kept their chins up, and we move on. Southampton at home next game.
And for any of the listeners that did listen to that, that's why Mickey didn't get the job after the second round of interviews, and he's back on the show tonight.
Mickey's got a better job coming. First time being there since my dad passed away. The club means a lot to myself and family. Shut up, you tart.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough, Daniel. It's fair enough.
I'll have the old den over the new 10 back in a heartbeat. Miss being able to stand up. What are your thoughts on the club changing some of the seats out so that they can stand up? Right. I know quite a bit about this, because I'm a bit more into the politics of all this bullshit with safe standing and all that. The problem you have is that the reason safe standing's coming in is more to do with a health and safety issue. Those who never go to football and have no fucking idea what's going on are saying that the energy used on standing up is potential, that the pushing is potential to call falls to go overdone. So what they're trying to say is sitting down is safer than standing. So what they're saying about safe standing is that if you're standing and you've got a rail, you're already standing, but there's no risk of you going forward. But the problem is, what they don't understand is, while you're making everyone sit down and everyone suddenly jumps up, there's more risk of potential, but then they're not interested in that. It's bullshit. And then you got the guy who's the top of the police for the police unit, which is a guy called Mark Roberts. He thinks that if you bring in safe standing, it's going to bring back racism, it's going to bring drinking back, it's going to be outlandish behaviours, all of this. And also he believes that if you reintroduce drinking into grounds, that again, it's going to introduce fighting, it's going to introduce racism and anything what is for the fan, he will say that it will produce added racism and all this lot. The geezer's a bell end. That's Stephen's words, not mine, by the way, in case any lawyers are watching. I've got it in the show notes if you want to see it. Best offside goal.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Mike. Hope you're well.
You can't come to the Xmas Awards dressed as Mario, Steve.
No, I don't want to. But what I'm saying is that I'm happy to get involved. I'm just not doing Mrs. Santa. That's just weird.
Yeah, he does live out there, but I don't think he'd come on a show, to be honest, because I think he's in the realm what he's in now. He's in the financial world, isn't he, a broker or something? So I don't think that he would he'd come on. Yeah, we're all watching. But the only one's missing. Is there anyone missing in your household, or is that it? Because I haven't seen your dog involved yet. You need to get a YouTube channel for him. We need to listen to numbers. Come on. Keep going. I look like Bart. What, bent over and fucking hobbling? I look like Pochettino. I look like Mickey Simpson.
That Gaza, that is up for comment of the year.
No. This one is.
But it's just not true, though.
Do you think Stephen looks like Peter Griffiths?
I mean, they're all going to say yes. They're clearly all going to go, oh, yeah, he does.
Morning, boys. Get Muzzer in. Oh, that's Daniel who lives in New Zealand. Being told a chubby Lee Ryan from Blue. Bullshit, Adam Ten Hag. We were rubbish. I never understand people slating players. Had no positive effect whatsoever in the game. Let the manager decide when it's dream for them to get hooked. Yeah. Penfold. Yeah, we got a guy in the pod who looks like Penfold. Alex Grace looks like Penfold from Danger Mouse. Unless you're slagging off George Long. Mate, George Long is a fantastic player and doing absolutely fucking superb work at Norwich. At harrods.com. I don't get that, Stephen. He's giving you his email address.
Right.
That's definitely not his email, surely. At harrods.com, really? Do you work at Harrods, Bobby? Because if you do, I want a Christmas hamper for our Christmas charity night. If you work at Harrods, I want a Christmas hamper. I don't care how you get it. I'll get someone around the back of the store if you want. I'm follically challenged. Bald as a coat. Me too, mate. Me too. Don't worry. Unfortunately, I look like George Clooney. And unfortunately, I am fucking Brad Pitt. My new email, guys. I'm waiting, Stephen. Yeah, I don't think there's your email. Peter Griffin. See?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, of course it will. Yeah.
Stephen is Chris from Family Guy.
I think
Mickey is
Gargoyle. Oh, mate. No, trust me. You don't want to. I can assure you, Google it. Google that, because I just did.
What, Google? Or Gargle?
Google Gargamel.
Oh, Gargamel. Oh, yeah, Gargamel from the Smurfs.
Yeah.
I don't look like him.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
Come as Peter to the awards. Yeah.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Get Stephen to shave his head for mine.
No. I've done plenty of bits and pieces again for charity. I'm all for it, but I'm not shaving my head. Not a chance. Stephen looks like Akim Fem. Wow. Okay, Connor. Right. How do we ban people from the chat?
Oh, I can. I'm not going to. I do. Oh, it does work. I work on the 6th floor at Harrods. I've got no idea how many floors are in Harrods. I think I've only been in there once.
You did a weekly shopping there, didn't you, Mick? You told me.
Shh. Michael Beale is. You see,
Yeah.
I don't think he is, but I don't think. And the problem is, Sky Bet wouldn't put me into the rankings, so they wouldn't put me in. But I wanted to prove that if enough people put a bet on, you'll get
the
to
odds.
The top.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
So Nixon doing his piece today, Lions TV, and all of those what have been pumping Nixon's words out, saying that he potentially, if they can't get Muscat, Michael Beale's it. That's where the money's been piled on, and that's why the odds have suddenly gone rocketing. Do you know what I mean? Fucking, I look Phil Mitchell, Adrian Charles, or Martin Clunes for Stephen.
I'll tell you what. I'll take Adrian Charles. Call. I'll take that. Big E, I'll give you that.
Bobby says check out his Instagram. Okay. Phil Mitchell is the best one, mate. He's the best one.
No, I actually, the best one was, and I think
Phil Mitchell's for me, mate, more than you.
No. He was listening earlier. I don't know if he still is. Spencer put on the on Twitter the other day. The right said Fred Giff. That was very good. Joe in your chat looks like Jordan Henderson. Okay, all right. I reckon he'd take that. There's another comment. Go on.
Mickey is a Shrek. That's it. We got through to the end of the thingy. End of the thingy is well cooler than Adrian Charles.
But I think Adrian Charles is a better shout, personally.
We got through to the end of the comments.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm surprised.
What are we going to talk about now?
I don't know. Oh, should we talk about
Wes Harding?
Oh, let's talk about Wes Harding. Go on in. We've got about half hour, so yeah, maybe.
Wes Harding is
15 minutes, half hour. Go on.
He's slowly becoming a cult hero. He's come in. We've been crying out for someone at the back with a bit of pace, a bit of mobility, strong, someone who's okay with the ball at his feet, and we've just found the replacement just sitting on the bench. He's incredible, and I'm really Frankie Howard. I'll have to check.
Don't tell me you're googling Frankie Howard.
Frankie Howard.
He used to be. I think Frankie Howard used to be in.
Oh, he was in Carry On.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Could be worse. Just unbelievable. I'm really pleased that he scored a couple of goals. I think he's someone that's really. He looks like he's someone that wants to play for Millwall and should be playing for Millwall. Wes Harding is the Rovereye of Ramos. Oh God, we need to stop with that. Sorry, what was it? The Southwark Saka and.
Oh, dearie me. Oh. Go on, carry on, mate.
That comment there, will Wes stop doing the I'm not even going to the Ronaldo thing. I hope he does, because it's a bit much. But he's just been absolutely superb. Deserves all the plaudits he's getting at the moment, because he's come in and he's been absolutely brilliant, and could potentially be a long-term replacement for Hutchinson. I know in the short term he's obviously covering him while he's out, but long term I really think he could be the answer.
We signed Wes Harding, didn't we?
Yeah, he's permanent. I think it's a 2-year deal, but he's probably one of those 2 years with an extra one on the end. And
I've been sent a question. I don't know if the guy's watching us or not. If you are, hello Ben. But he's just asked me a question, which I said no chance. I don't want him. But would you take Pearson?
No.
As our next manager?
No,
let me know. Let me make on what you call it? What's that? I make Millwall edits. Okay, thanks for that. Did you? I've got no idea where that comment's from. I don't know unless I've missed that. But you need to tell us what you mean by that. Do you mean that you make Millwall down with the kids now? Do you mean you make Millwall videos for like social media, like Instagram, etc., and TikTok? We have a TikTok account, by the way, nearly 50,000 followers. If you want to get on there and do us, we post complete shite, but it's our shite. So yeah, Wes is much like Witter was, not great, but appears to be lucky and gives 100%. That's probably a fair shout.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I say Mike, he sits in front of me. I don't know. I think it's a bit hard. I think Harding's looked quite good, but
no. Rowan getting Pearson's job, innit? That's it. We got asked by this fella Ben who runs a Bristol City YouTube. He's only a young kid. He's a good kid, and he asked if one of us could go on. They'd done a space earlier, and if one of us could go on there and talk about Rowett, and it was like, I don't think anyone did. I don't know if they did or they didn't, but mate, you do not want Rowett. I no. Oh dear.
Oh, there's always one.
Deary me. Do you know, I can put him in timeout, but I won't. Explain why you want him. There's pretty much Rowett Mark 2, isn't he?
Pearson is badly ill, needs back surgery, and has a brain illness.
Fucking hell, Millwall, Daily Millwall, you know some information, didn't you? We need to have you on as a source. We need to add you. I don't want that donkey. No thanks for Pearson. Nope. Oh, nope. Is Stephen Lloyd says allegedly he's an arrogant prick. Okay. See, I'll get it. Nah. And thrice nah to Pearson. Do you think Ted is Scottish? No to Pearson. Oh, mate, that's Dan's Lion TV. Looks like Brian Blessed. Oh, dear.
The rating's going, he will, yeah.
Harding will be our top scorer this season. Yeah, well, he's going, yeah. Flash Gordon vibes. Oh, God. The baddie in Flash Gordon, maybe. Rather have Rowett back than Pearson. Can we ban the people wanting Pearson? I'd rather have Bob Peters, Rowett going QPR. I reckon Rowett will go Bristol, to be fair. There was rumour that he was going QPR or Bristol before he left us. So, yeah, potential. I don't think Jimmy Abdu his thing. He was on crutches at the last game wearing sunglasses. Okay. No. Frankie Howard Mickey. Would anyone take Michael Beer with Morrow as assistant? I have a feeling Morrow will be in some kind of coaching capacity in the not so distant future. I think you're probably right.
But no to Michael Bill.
No to Michael Bill. But I do think that, I think Morrow will have some involvement potentially. I think that's probably a good thing. Start putting your money on him. What did I say? Pearson has been sitting in a chair all season. I was joking. He can barely move. His back is done. Oh, look, backtracking now. He don't want banning, you see. That's what it is. Does SA start on Saturday? With Mora under Muscat? No, nor would I. I think that'd be a good Mason. I don't think he is. I'd have Ryan Mason.
I'd have Ryan Mason. I was talking about SA. I don't think he's going to start. I'd like him to, but I don't think he's going to start. Or not to QPR out to Bristol. That could happen.
Saturday, obviously, we've got Southampton at the Den. We might as well get onto this before we finish. Saturday, we've got both. We've got Southampton at the Den. It is the Remembrance Day game, so make sure you're in the seats early and make sure you bring lots and lots of dosh. I think it'll be an emotional game as always. I will be walking around the pitch, so come and
give him dog's abuse.
Come and say hello. Tell me who you think I look like. I might be wearing a 3-piece suit on Saturday, so I'll probably look like the fat controller. So I don't mind. I can take the piss out of myself. I do look like. Have you not seen that picture of me looking like the fat controller?
Oh, that's fantastic.
Have you not seen it?
No, that's brilliant.
Oh, mate, there is a talk for a bit, and I'll show you it.
Okay, so Southampton, I think it'll be Adam. Well, maybe wishful thinking, but I think it'll be Adam Barrett's last game in charge. I think he'll get this one, and they'll have a manager. I think they'll have a manager lined up, or they'll take over from the next game. I can't see our home form turning next Saturday. I really hope I'm wrong, but Southampton seem to have found their feet now in the league. They're in the top 6. They're playing good football. It's really hard going into a home game and thinking that a point's going to be a good result. But if we get anything next Saturday, I think we're just going to have to snap their hands off and take it, because it's going to be a very, very tough afternoon.
I think you're probably right. To be fair, I think it's going to be a hard game, isn't it?
It's great. It's great. Everything that we do, with the off the pitch, with the Remembrance Day, that it's always good for us to sort of pay our respects and stuff. But I just think the football's gonna let us down a little bit. I
said I could see us winning 2-1, but I could also see us getting absolutely spanked, purely because of it being against Southampton. I could just see us getting truly spanked. But
I don't think we'll be able to press them as much, because they're going to have footballers good enough to be able to pass it around the press. I don't think we're going to be able to sit back, because they're probably going to have players that are going to be able to find that eye of the needle pass as well. So, we're going to need to get anything out of the game. We're going to really need a proper Millwall performance. And are the players capable of doing that under Adam Barrett in the circumstances? Who knows? That they may prove us wrong, but just at this point of the week, not knowing, with injuries or if anyone's got a knock or who's going to play or whatever, or anything from Southampton's side as well, I think we're going into the game as, and maybe to suit us usually as massive underdogs, but it's going to be very, very tough.
I think we'll probably win.
Well,
because that's what I said on this show, that you're going in as you go into somewhere as underdogs. We normally perform a lot better.
I'm not sure. Hold on, 17. I mean, the bookies are. We're not as high as I thought we would be. Well, look. Anyway, I think it's another home game. It's a game that we can't let us pass us by. We're going to have to try and win the game. But yeah, it's I think this week the managerial stuff will heat up. But I think Saturday, what's likely to happen, I reckon the manager will be announced perhaps Thursday or Friday, maybe. It won't be quick enough for them to actually take over and actually be in the dugout. They'll be in the stands and everyone will know, and they'll say, oh, their first game in charge will be Sheffield Wednesday, obviously the week after. It's just I don't know. It's really. I like most of us. I think yesterday when we got the second goal, I really thought we were going to win the game. I went into the game. I didn't think we were going to lose yesterday. I didn't expect us to win going into it, but most of the time you can kind of make an argument as to how we're going to get something out of the game, how we're going to win, how we're going to get a point, or what the plan might be. But when you're coming up against a team as good as them, and it's going to be, they're going to be the same as Leicester. When we play Leicester, it's going to be that game's first is away from home, which makes it even harder. It's just going to be, it's really, really difficult right now to see.
On that, right. I understand where you're coming from, Peter. What you're saying, you're talking about the comment where he made at Wembley, but I think that was an absolute PR masterclass, because I think if he hadn't have said that comment the very next day or that, the next morning and all that lot, it would have been all about us, all Millwall fans, all of this, all across the back pages and everywhere else. And because of that comment, it took the heat. It sort of took the heat away from us, even though it was the FA's fault, but it took the heat away from us and done. And he got dog shit abuse for it. But I reckon that if we get a chance to ever interview him, he'll probably just sit there and go, it is what it is. It seems to be waters off the duck's back with him, didn't it? No to Bill, no to Jones, yes to Kevin Muscat. Surely Rat want to go to Bristol after banging on about being away from his family. Yeah, London to Bristol when he lives in Thingy. Wait, Gazza knows everything. 3,500.
Yeah, they have. They asked for more.
3,500. Yeah, 3,500 coming up. Kingpin from Spider-Man, Mickey.
Google that one, Mickey.
I know what you look like, Dan. Thomas the Tank Engine. That's for you, not for me.
No, he's talking about the Fat Controller.
Oh, yeah. Our home form is relegation. Our away form is possible promotion. And we go from there. There's me thinking the Penguin from...
on that point, if we could actually
come back to the Den, I think he would. Yeah,
I think he would. Yeah, if we could sort out our home form, our away form is actually quite good. I'm beating in 5. It's just the fact that we're not picking up any points at home, or many points at home.
Yeah, I think we're done, haven't we?
I think there's a few. Wednesday.
Yeah, I think Wednesday. We were saying on the group earlier, could we be the first team to get beat by Wednesday?
But then we can't be now because
no, I wasn't. I was looking for a picture. The Daily Mirror. I was looking for a picture of me dressed as Fat Controller. But if you Google
the Fat Controller,
if you Google, I think it was Millwall Remembrance Day. It was a day when I was found aboard and I sorted it out and I put it, and the MSC did it for sponsoring the Royal Anglicans football team, and we were doing a presentation on the pitch, and you'll see me there with John and the chair of the MSC and Andy and another guy from the Royal Anglicans. So yeah. Also, if there's anyone watching who can play a bugle, get in touch, because I might have one, but I'm having difficulty. Well, I've got one. I know someone I can go to. But the ones I had, unfortunately, have been kept. They were coming back, but they're overseas squaddies what are in a country, and they're now being kept there and not coming back. So, yeah. Who saw the little 11-year-old Watford fan starting on the wall outside the ground? Yeah, there's a few of the youth yesterday who was giving it. So, yeah. Sorry, Mickey. Good call, though. Reading haven't won away for 20 games. They are shocking, apparently, even at home. They scored us 4-0. That was when I knew we were going to be in trouble this season.
Yeah. It's hard to argue with that.
Get the viewers to put their picks up and then you can roast them fair's fair. Yeah, no, I'm all right with that.
I'm not
going to take the piss out of Jonathan. He looks like a model compared to me, doesn't he? If that's his real picture, do you know what I mean? I've got nothing to say for him. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you should be Omar's wingman. Do you know what I mean? Say, Vin Diesel's dad. You're a cunt. 1,000,000%. Don't know what that's about. Probably something I said to you. All right, night, guys. Top work as ever. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Beer tent Saturday, guys. What time? I'll be running all over the place, but tell me a time and I'll be there. You'll see me anyway. I'll have a big black jacket on. I'll be looking like Bob Hoskins in his prime. Yeah, that's it. Might have a trumpet player. No, I need a bugle player, Max. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, you're doing it. On paper, we're a good team. Unfortunately, football is played on grass.
Yeah, 100%.
I think that is a great comment, which we will leave with. You've been watching that Millwall podcast. We are your number one live interactive show. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for taking time out on your Sunday evening and joining in the banter. That is it for us.
Before we go,
go on then.
I did say I'll do this. We haven't done this for a couple of weeks. That Millwall podcast community fantasy league. It's been changing week on week. We have been looking at it. We just haven't mentioned it. So if you're listening or back on the show or podcast, however, Alex Gidley is leading the way, 679 points. Gary Camden second, 667, and Joe Culberson is third in 646. But we do keep an eye on it, guys. And again, appreciate that you guys have joined in. It's a little bit of fun. And also, the other thing I wanted to say, I'm sure we will do this as we mentioned it earlier. We added up the total amount that people pledged and donated to us was $39.88. Guys, we don't do this for the money. Mickey said this plenty of times, so I'm doing it this time. We don't.
50 quid to mind.
No, we don't do this for any financial gain. We do it because we love talking about Millwall. We support the club. We like taking a piss out of each other. More importantly, with comments like that, perfect timing. But yeah, if you did donate, we really appreciate it, but it won't be going in our pockets. It's going to go straight to Mind Charity, and we'll post to show that we've done that. So thank you guys, and thanks for listening.
That's it. We'll be back next week. We'll be back Friday night, and we might even have some special guests coming in on Friday night. Maybe some of the Armed Forces boys. I will see if I can rope them in. Yeah, that's pretty much it, mate, for another week. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's all right. You'll fucking wait.
You'd have to give that apology when we do the live awards or whatever.
Yeah. And also, I reckon we could get a thing in there. So, yeah, no. I just got a message in saying my computer's just about to restart. Don't want that. That's it. This will be out as a podcast tomorrow. Thank you very much for listening. If you're not subscribed yet, please do subscribe, like, share with your mates. Tell them how bad we are and they need to listen just to see how poor we are. That way we can sort of trick them in, can't we? Once we've got them, you're not getting away, or else I'm sending Stephen round. Or Negative Dan, one of the two. That's it. I don't think there's anything else for us. Keep an eye out on the socials. You'll see the mine bit. And yeah, that's it. We're done. See you next Friday. Or maybe we might do our midweek. I don't know. We'll be back. See you later. Laters.